Hello, warriors. Welcome to the U Movement. I am B. I am completely and utterly disorganized. I am 3 minutes late. I'm going to hop on over to Facebook, not Facebook, to YouTube and just make sure that this is, in fact, streaming. I'm sure it is. So, the last 24 hours has been cuckoo cuckoo. Yeah, we're live. So hop on in there and I'll mute that. And that way, if anybody shows up for the chat, you're here. So I didn't really let anybody know I was going to go on. I didn't know if I was going to go on because I didn't know how I was going to feel. I was in the hospital last night. Yeah. I might do a video about that after this, just to do an update, because I know a lot of you guys have been praying for me and worrying for me, and I really greatly appreciate all of that. The brief is, after having this last tooth extracted, I found a sore in my mouth that wasn't the tooth extraction. It was beside the tooth extraction. I guess I'm telling you in this, so there you go. And in how everything has been presenting, my egoic mind got 100% convinced that I had an oral antial fistula, which is a channel that runs from your sinus, your maxillary sinus, because the pain goes up into the sinus, So my ego mind was going nuts last night. It was going absolutely nuts. The pain was like crazy level pain, like insane pain. I'm still in a lot of pain, but I've taken Tylenol and Advil, so which I never take, so I'm a little bit dopier than normal. So here's me being a little dopier than normal, and I was convinced beyond a shadow of doubt, and then I did what the egoic mind does, which is go down a million, there we go, a million rabbit holes researching this, and then I got myself into a place of fear because I'm like, oh no, if I actually have this condition, then it can turn into cancer if it's left untreated, need surgery, oh my god, so in the middle of the night, off I went to emergency and asked for a CT scan. So I got a CT scan, and no, I don't have that. So there you go. That's one more thing I can scratch off the list of all the things that I've tried. Luckily, over there on Facebook, loads of people have been recommending to me different things, and it might be what now they're saying it could be burning mouth syndrome. So I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't get to know what it is. In our group meeting today, we were discussing how many things we need to let go of, and the knowing everything on this awakening journey is one of those things that we need to let go of. The ego mind is not helping. The ego mind is not helping me, and the ego mind is not helping you. Our ego wants to have answers and have everything cleared out and understood, and now what do I do? Life seemed to be a lot more simple. So what I am intuitively learning from this my own experience and can share with you is that we're in a place of not knowing. We don't get to know all the answers. We just need to have trust and faith that we're being led into enlightenment. So this burning, and I love it, it's a burning boat that's happening. This burning that's happening in me is part of my enlightenment plan. And I'm not alone. There's so many of you out there. That's one message that just kept coming back over and over again, is how many other people are dealing with severe chronic pain and health issues in this awakening. It's very difficult. Excuse me, I'm going to stop and take sips of water while I'm doing this. Our first card up today was Poet, interestingly enough. And it says, the light attribute of poet is expresses soul's insights in symbolic language. Oh, I can only laugh at the folly of it. Because the first word is expressing soul's insights. And soul expresses itself in any number of ways, and one of the ways that it expresses itself is through pain. So the soul is expressing itself right now through pain. Maybe pain, you're going through some pain. And pain doesn't necessarily just manifest on the physical. Pain can manifest on the emotional, and it can manifest on the mental realm. The mental space of being in pain is like, what's going on? So yes, we have an expression of the soul coming out. And the shadow attribute says, turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. So kind of running away with our mental process, the shadow aspects turns, what could be perceived one way as really beautiful growth, healing, but our mind's like, no, that's not beautiful. No, that's this. I'm going to turn this into, this is a disaster. This is something else. And so our mind gets carried away with us. And so I get to put my hand up and own that right here, right now. And say, yes, my mind got carried away. We have two birds coming in here. I'm going to change my camera lens so I can see that you're actually seeing what I'm seeing. So there's two doves coming in that she's kind of looking at and releasing. We've got root chakra energy coming in, some red, some depths of energy. And so in letting go, in letting go of knowing, in letting go of being in the mind, in letting go of the way that we, want to express, we bring ourselves back down into being just grounded and just allowing. So yes, that's the lesson that's coming in today, is a whole bunch of poetic, is it poetic justice? Maybe it is poetic justice. If what I'm experiencing, which remains, a mystery, is an ancestral wound or karmic wound, maybe this is poetic justice in some way, shape, or form that I don't fully quite understand yet, because I'm not fully enlightened. It is a process. It's a process of burning off old karmic stuff. So it's a very huge possibility, and I take absolute ownership. Maybe this is a past life thing. Interestingly enough, I have had visions of myself in a forest in Mexico as an old shaman, and having like next to no teeth. So and I've also, through my life, had dreams of losing teeth, and here I'm losing teeth. So maybe this whole thing is a painful, difficult lesson that we're learning, that is a karmic lesson that's burning clear all the karma. You can see this boat is elevating itself. Sorry, I'm on a different thing, so I have to find the best way to hold this. We've got enlightenment coming in, this boat coming up, going into the cosmos. We're no longer in the water. The boat has raised above the hellish water, that fiery water, but it's still on fire as it elevates. So yes, elevating out of what was. And I did a video yesterday talking about two different timelines, and our mission is to kind of get used to swaying back and forth. And that's what I feel like lately, is there's a lot of swaying energy as we sway back and forth between the 3D and the 5D and the old me and the new me and the this is the way we used to handle things, allopathic medicine me, and leaning heavier into spirituality and faith me, and finding that middle place. And is there a middle place, or am I going to just keep teeter-tottering through this process? It's a very energetically like wah, 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 kind of energy. Let's go into the starseed. I didn't figure out which decks I was going to pull, so yes, let's pull something from the Starseed Oracle and see if it can provide a little bit more insight, because I could use some guidance. I could use some guidance right now. I don't know about you guys, what energy that you are in, but from the reports that I'm getting back from most people and a lot of the comments that I'm getting lately, it is that a lot of people are feeling neither here nor there. not feeling right in their own skin, feeling a sense of like discomfort with the situation. And, when I say not comfortable in my own skin, I think of the snake that's shedding its skin so that it grows. So yes, some difficult, uncomfortable symptoms arising for a lot of people. Oh, that almost came out and then it didn't. Okay, we're doing light language today. I'm going to let soul speak. Isn't that what the first card was? Soul says, expresses soul's insights. So we're doing some light language today. Not something that I've been very comfortable on camera doing, but here we go. It's the new age. It's the new way. We are lifting the veil, questioning everything, and anything unaligned must go. So that certainly holds true. And, we're still behind the veil in this picture. We haven't stepped out past the precipice of our little shelter where we used to be veiled behind things. So, yes. My own experience with what's happening is a sense of being a little bit disillusioned. And, whereas when we stood fully behind the veil, we were illusioned. We were in a state of absolute illusion and delusion. And we thought everything, I thought medicine would be able to solve my mystery for me. It has not. I am grateful for the scan that I received because it has shown me what it is not, but it has not shown me what it is. So what it is yet to be discovered out beyond this. So yes, at the present moment in time, we're like, should I do this? Should I do that? Should I stay? Should I go? What should I do? I don't know. What is this? I don't know. Because it's an all new landscape. It's an all new world. We're not used to whatever it is. None of what we see in front of us has ever been what we've been before. That's all burning off. That's flown the coop. Our old way of being. It's flown the coop. Next up, we've got some divine masculine energy in the house. Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. And so you can see here, we've got Horus energy coming in, and we've got some higher spiritual influences sitting on our shoulder. So we are being protected by the spiritual realm, even though we may not have that trust. Cultivating trust on this journey is an adventure in itself. And so you see that this individual is sitting within themselves, saying, no matter what is happening, no matter what pain I am in, no matter what emotion I am in, no matter what crazy seems to be happening around me, I am bringing myself back into my inner place so that I can find peace and protection within. So we're being asked to do a little bit of meditation and lean into it. So after I finish today, I'll be hopping right back into bed and leaning into the pain and accepting that this is part of my awakening journey. Awakenings aren't pleasant. I don't know why I had it in my head that we get to sit underneath a Bodhi tree and be carried into a permanent state of nirvana. In reality, that's not what an awakening is like for us. So those of us that are on this ascension path, even though it looks like, we're looking out onto this precipice of this beautiful sunny thing, there's a little bit of stuff we still need to burn off, still need to go through, still need to clear, transmute, clear the karma, all of that stuff. So that we're cultivating safety within. So even in this pain, I am safe. Even in this emotion that feels overwhelming and huge, I am safe. Even in this state of, disarray, I am safe. Even I remain loyal to myself, keep bringing it back into self, keep trusting and saying, I have to have trust. I have to have faith, even though my mind doesn't understand it. My mind's running amok and going off and has flown the coop. Let's see what our inner child has to say, shall we? Let's give our inner child some love. Oh yes, the inner child needs lots of love. I'm going to just pop over here. See, yes, we've got a good few people watching. Anybody who wants to say hi in the chat, would love to see who's in the house with me. Need to go back to the other screen, though, so I can see what's coming out. Let's see what our inner children are craving for at this moment in time. I would hazard a guess. It's a lot of self-soothing. It's a lot of comfort and care. You know, when our children hurt themselves, you know, we hold them and we rock them and we say, it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. Even though we don't know that it is. You know, we really don't know that, but we tell them that anyways. We don't know what the future holds, but our children believe that we know what the future holds. And that's how we cultivate trust. You know, we trust our parents. Well, if you had a good parents. In an ideal world, we trust our parents that when they say everything's going to be okay, that everything's going to be okay. And if we didn't have a parent that said, hello, Nicole. If we didn't have a parent that said, hey, everything's going to be okay, then we need to give ourselves that energy so that we can establish a sense of that safety and trust with the divine. Lean in to the experiences that we're having, even though they're incredibly uncomfortable and difficult. And understand, this is good, we can let our inner child know that it's okay to be misunderstood. Perception is not always based on truth. See, Spirit is laughing at me. If you can laugh at yourself while you're in pain, then, you know, you've got this pretty much covered. If you can laugh at yourself while you're going through some crazy ass symptoms, then, yeah, we're good. Because perception is not always based on the truth. I want to repeat that. I'm going to repeat it again. Perception is not always based on the truth. So we get into our mind's eye, just like I did. I took a picture of my sore gum. I looked at it and I'm like, look, that's this. I know that's what this is. I know this is what's happening. I've got a fistula. I need to get a CT scan. I need to get into a surgeon as quickly as possible. So off my ego ran, having a perception in mind, thinking it knew the answer, and lo and behold, my ego was wrong. So be aware that your mind may tell you bullshit all the time on this awakening. It may tell you that you're not safe. It may tell you that you're dying. That's ego death. When that happens, it may tell you that there's bad things out there that are going to hurt you. It may tell you that there's bad things in you that are hurting you. Your perception, don't listen to that. Don't listen to anything that's going to add more to it, because it's okay not only to be misunderstood from those around you, but it's okay for you to misunderstand. You're not going to know everything. So that's the difference. That's the leap. That's the leap that we need to take, the leap between the way we were and into trust. The knowing, we're switching from the age of knowing, the age of reason, into the age of spirituality and the age of trust and faith. And there's leap in between these two, from going from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius, from going from the age of reason where I know everything and there's a scientific example that shows me X, Y, Z, and therefore I have all the answers. We're not going to have all the answers. We are not going to have all the answers, and our mind is not going to like it. Our mind is going to go, and go a little bit crazy and a little bit kooky at times, because it's trying to make sense of what you're not necessarily meant to make sense of. It's out of our pay grade. We were not invited to the big table with the spirit team that has all the information, but we have to trust. If there is, all the things that we're afraid of, all the stuff, there's also all the things that are supporting us. There's all the light and everything else that's flowing into us from the divine. So this card here, you can see here, and this, we've got this energy flowing in Sorry, gotta see where I am. Flowing in from the divine, filling us up and purifying us while we're alone, alone swan. Wondering, where am I going? What am I doing? What's happening? This is so much bigger than this one little swan. So the swan's not going to know everything out there is to know, and all the answers to everything. We're not going to know. We're maybe not going to know the root cause of our pain. We're maybe not going to know the root cause of our anxiety. We're maybe not going to know if it was an ancestral wound or it's a physical something. It's all interconnected, and we are the knowers and the non-knowers. We are everything. That is what it is to be in the divine. And so divine, I say, so I move into the Divine Animals Oracle and see what the animal kingdom has to say to us. Maybe it can share a little bit more insight in this place of not knowingness and accepting with grace the not knowingness. I am accepting with grace. I do not know everything there is to know. I'm accepting with grace. I do not have all of the answers. My ego does not get to have all of the answers, at least not now, maybe later. But in the present moment in time, we're still figuring this stuff out, and I have to trust. The message is coming in again. I have to trust that I am divinely protected. I have to trust that there is a whole spiritual team up there watching over me, directing me. When there's a delay in taking me somewhere, that's for my highest and greatest good. When I don't know something, that's for my highest and greatest good. This is all for my enlightenment, is what this is. Okay, 2 cards want to come. I'm going to take them both. We have Snow Leopard coming out. Card number 15. Is that our first number? It is. Card number 15, and then we have card number 34 for the number of people out there. And we have the Snow Leopard is bringing in the energy of the Watcher. So we need to watch and observe everything. We need to watch when our egoic selves goes a little bit haywire at 4 o'clock in the morning and demands that we go and get a CT scan and say, okay, I'm observing. I'm going to let my ego run with this a little bit and let it get some information, I'm glad that I have information. Is it the information I wanted? Nope. I wanted different information. I wanted an answer. I wanted a definitive answer with a definitive plan. And the Watcher is watching my ego struggle with the not knowing. And that's okay too. It's okay because as we watch ourselves and we create a little bit of space between what is happening that is disturbing us in this way or that way, and what is going on from a spiritual point of view, which is a higher perspective, is to say, it's okay. I'm watching you. I'm observing you. It's let your ego off on the leash a little bit, but don't let it run completely amok and wild. I didn't run to the hospital and start screaming wildly I'm in so much pain, even though I might have wanted to. I was like, okay, you can run this far. This is how far I'm going to let you run this, and then we're going to reel some of that back in. And so now we're reeling it back in. We have more information. We have more results. We have next up the Tiger energy, which is will. Oh, see, Spirit is seriously just laughing at me right now because I can see the folly in this. I'm a very strong-willed person. I always have been. That's kept me alive. I have endured through many situations I love in the background, you can see really closely that she's got all these arms at play. She's like, I'm going to do everything. I'm going to handle everything. Yes, a very powerful will. And on this awakening, we need to learn to surrender. She's then riding this tiger. She's got to surrender to Spirit because Spirit knows more than we do. Spirit knows. We don't know. We don't get to know. We don't get to control it anymore. And my ego is like, no. So we might feel a little bit like having a little bit of a temper tantrum because the more we let go, the more we surrender to being led, to being carried. The tiger energy, she's being carried. So I love this because the I don't know what you would call that veil, another veil that she's wearing, flowing in behind her is all solar plexus energy. And so that's where we have our will. It's going to be my way. I'm going to do things my way. God damn it. I want this. I want this at this time. I want this. I want the answers. I want the knowledge. And we're like, oh, I just got to let go and surrender and allow spirit to carry me. And so that's what this beautiful tiger energy is doing, is allowing us to be carried into new energy. And all around this is like heart chakra stuff. So gentle, loving compassion to our dying ego, to our dying will. You know, it served me well. I'm sure your ego served you well too. It made choices that your soul may not agree with, but that was part of your soul's plan. I was recently asked the question, you know, what would you say to your earlier version of self? And I was kind of like, well, what does it matter? Nothing. I wouldn't say anything because, you know, every choice that I made, even though in my perception it might have been the wrong choice, what are wrong choices? This has been a learning experience for all of us. As we transcend out of our old and into our new. So everything that happened before, I'm going to love on it. I'm going to love those crazy nights I used to drink and go out and be a party girl, and love that aspect of me, and love the aspect of me that was the will and had all my hands in everything, trying to micromanage the universe. You know, she served me well. She served me very well. She kept me alive for a really long period of time. So I'm going to observe everything that came before now, and everything that's happening now. It is lovable, is beautiful, even in the mistakes, even in the failures, even in the, oh geez, I wish I hadn't have done that. Yes, we're letting go of our will is what's happening. And that doesn't mean that we're like going to be will-less. It just means that we're going to prioritize letting spirit run the show versus our own egoic mind. And I've said in so many videos that when you are transitioning between what was and what will be, there's a pendulum that swings back and forth until it gets into a place of neutrality. So our egoic selves are going to be like, I want to do this. And we're going to say, okay. And then we're going to bring it a little bit back into neutrality. And so we're going to learn some lessons here. It's lesson time. This is like, we're in final exams. That's what's happening. We are in final exams right now. I said this the other day, that we're in the are you sure? Are you sure tests? Are you sure you've learned the lesson? No? Okay, we'll test you again. Are you sure you want to stay? Yes? Oh, I'm going to make it even more uncomfortable for you, and then ask that question again. Are you sure you know everything that you think you know? No? Okay, I'm going to see. So we're getting tested over and over is what has been coming up. What deck shall I hop into now? I shall hop into the Chakra Insight Oracle and see what the chakra system has to say to us. In regards to the chakra, we've already had root chakra coming about and grounding ourselves as we let things fly away from us that no longer are serving our highest good, as we are burning, and my mouth is literally burning, as we are burning off karma and ancestral wounds and a whole bunch of old stuff, old ways of being, especially when it comes up. So third eye just popped out, but there was lots there. We're burning off the olds, stepping into a new precipice of a new way. We also have heart chakra. We have solar plexus, will. We definitely have throat chakra happening for me, and throat chakra would also resonate with the poet because it's about expressing oneself. Ha, 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 ha. throat chakra. And Nicole says, I was once told teach, but never stop being a student. Absolutely. We are never an expert of all. We are always learning. I'm learning in front of the camera for you so that it can be a safe place to go, oh, look, she made a mistake and she was wrong about something. And, yep, I was wrong about my theory. I ran with it. And we also have a crown chakra coming up. So stuff opening up for us, new insights coming in, learning the lessons the hard way. Ahas sometimes hit like anvils dropping on your head. I'm going to hop and just have a sip of this. Just take care of this. It was recommended to me to be drinking a lot more kombucha. So that's what I'm drinking there. More lightly. We are now going to hop into the Shadow and Light Oracle. And then if anybody wants a card specifically pulled for them, please feel free to pop that into the chat. And I will pull a card for you. And while I'm shuffling, I just finished our group meeting at 3 p.m. So a reminder to anyone who doesn't know about it, please join the Spiritual Warriors support group if you would like access to our weekly Zoom meetings to support you as you go through your own awakenings. We discuss what's happening on the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual, bringing stuff back into balance, offering support for all the other warriors out there. So the way to do that and to get access is to hop into the Spiritual Warrior Support Group. The link for that is in the descriptions of the videos. And the Zoom link and the password and ID and all of that will be provided to you in there. I like it. We're having nice small groups as of late, which gives everybody an opportunity to talk. Which doesn't mean that you have to talk if you don't want to talk. Maybe you just want to sit and observe and listen, and that's okay too. We're balancing right now a little bit of fear and anxiety energy, which is definitely that solar plexus energy coming through, being in between a place. Again, it's kind of like this happening. There's all these lines coming up. Card number 26. Nervous energy. Might have Kriyas. I've been having a lot of Kriyas lately. If you don't know what Kriyas are, they are involuntary body movements that occur once you've had a Kundalini, as the Kundalini moves through you, trying to clear out energy. And you've seen me often with the head wobbles. And then I also get, as of late, I've been like, kind of like this. It's like I'm at an 80s dance club. Woo! Shaking off some of that anxiety and the fear. Reminding myself to come back into that Horus star brother energy and use my own internal masculine to hold space for myself, to allow myself to shake, to release, to do what I need to do, to move, to process through the energies that are helping us ascend. Because yes, this process can be overwhelming. It can be very fear-inducing. There can be a lot of anxiety. And as I was explaining to somebody in the group meeting, is unfortunately, and this I speak from personal experience, but unfortunately, when you start to remove medications, pharmaceuticals, antidepressants, anti-anxiety meds, you might be called to do that on your awakening path and say, this isn't resonating with me anymore. This isn't working for me anymore. This is uncomfortable. This is causing new symptoms, whatever it is that inspires you. I'm not telling anybody to go off of anything. I'm saying if you are intuitively guided, follow your own intuition. I am not your guru. You are your guru. The day of the guru is done. Looking for external, like, I need to follow you. You are the best source of energy, the best source of information, that coming back into this, into the self. And when you come off of any substance, any substance at all, and I know from experience, when you come off of any substance, you're going to experience a lot of fear and anxiety. because whatever those substances, whatever they are, whatever they were, whatever you were taking, even foods. So let's say you're comfort eating. When you come off of that old way of being, and you have to understand that the reason why you did that in the first place is because it was masking an emotion that you didn't want to feel. And so when you take away the antidepressants, emotion is going to start to release. And when you first have an emotion, your first reaction to the emotion is fear or anxiety. You're like, I shouldn't be having this emotion. This emotion is bad. This emotion is too big. This is too overwhelming. This is going to kill me. I'm going to die. And I'm here to tell you, you're not going to die from the emotion. I know from experience, it certainly has felt like that at times. And so what I have done, and I'm going to remind everybody out there, is to set a timer and say, for the next 25 minutes, I'm going to let myself feel whatever I feel. Even if it's the most horrible feeling in the world and you think that you're going to die, you're not going to die from the feeling. I promise you. Your mind might try to convince you otherwise, but you will not die from the feeling. And if it comes out in the throes of shaking, if it comes out in the bawling your eyes out, if it comes out in screams, if it comes out, it's coming out. If it comes out, you go, I'm doing fucking huge warrior work right now because I am releasing something that's trapped in me. And so all this fear and anxiety needs to release, and energy releases only so many ways. So the more you can do to help yourself, allow yourself to feel, to learn how to feel again. And that's what it is. This awakening process, this process of enlightenment is opening ourselves up to learning how to feel again. Learning that it is safe to feel again. You are safe here now. It is safe to feel here now. Nothing is, the ceiling isn't going to collapse on me. There isn't a tiger in my room with me about to eat me alive. Use your powers of observation and mindfulness to remind yourself that in this space that you have created, this space of safety that you have created for yourself, and that spirit has helped create for you by being in your isolation and your hermiting, in this space, it is safe to emote. It is safe to feel the fear, to feel the anxiety, to feel the panic, to feel the grief, to feel the whatever you need to feel. I have a gigantic playlist on feeling your feelings, so please check that out. I have guided affirmations to help facilitate you as you transition through horrible, difficult emotions. The more you practice at feeling your feelings and letting it transmute through you and come out of you, the easier it becomes. So the first time that I started feeling fear and panic and anxiety, my first reaction was, you shouldn't feel like this. This is wrong. There's something terribly wrong. You're going to die. And then I was like, no, this is a feeling. It is coming up. It's going to be okay. And so I made affirmation tapes for myself. You are okay. This too shall pass. Everything is going to be okay. This isn't going to last forever. All you need to do is breathe. Soft, soothing, parenting kind of communication to your inner child, who's also freaking out as all of this stuff is coming to the surface, and we're in this transitory phase. Awakenings are not easy. They are not easy. If you need help on your awakening journey and you would like to book a one-on-one with me to discuss anything that's happening to you on the physical, the emotional, the mental, or the spiritual realms, discuss where you're struggling in between going into the old way of being you, into the new way of being you, and it's not quite settled into a new way of being, and where the areas that you're fumbling, if you're struggling with any light or dark stuff that's not in balance, and shadow elements are coming up, feel free to send me off an email, and you can book a one-on-one Zoom with me, and we can discuss what's going on for you. Because yes, there is a huge amount of fear and anxiety in the collective, and And maybe even within your own body, you know, like there's been so much fear I've been experiencing because I haven't known what is happening. So that's when we go back within. We go within, we go within, we go within. The answers are all within. So that is our read today. I'll just do a quick little recap for everybody that we are learning how to express our soul. Our soul's truth is coming out, and it may come out in a poetic, creative way. It may come out in a way that your ego doesn't like. Soul's mission is not your ego's mission. And quite often it's the exact opposite of what your ego would want. So soul's mission, on some level, shape, or form, I'm experiencing pain because it's serving me. On some, and I have to trust that soul is doing that for my highest and greatest good. Do I want it? No. Does my ego want it? No. I was talking with somebody the other day, was like, I don't want to work in this place that I'm working at anymore. It gives me like so much anxiety. And I said, well, explain the situation to me. And I said, that's part of your mission. That's why you're there. So if you're being held places that you don't want to be, that's soul expressing itself. And if you're being pushed out of situations that you shouldn't be in, that's soul moving you into what it is. So yes, we're letting go. See, she's letting go. She's letting go of everything and anything as we get burned to a crisp in our enlightenment process, as we open the veil and see the reality that is, which isn't the reality we thought it was. Reality begins to crumble all around you on an awakening journey. So as reality is crumbling, you need to hold yourself in a safe place. Offer yourself that masculine energy, that protection that you need. Create a safe environment for yourself so that you can sit in an energy of safety. Safety, safety, safety. So very paramount. And trust. Trust that it's okay that you don't have all the answers. Spirit does. Soul does. There is a soul team working up ahead of you. So stand back a little bit and observe how you're responding to things without judgment, accepting that sometimes you're going to go a little too far this way and sometimes you're going to go a little too far that way. And that's okay, because every time you do that, you're learning a little bit more lesson, because we're in exams. We're being tested. We're being in the Are You Sure exams. And what is being tested is our will over the situation. I'm going to have control over absolutely everything, to I am going to have control of absolutely nothing, to somewhere hopefully in between, that I am in alignment with soul and I can use my will. You know, it's like that saying, not my will, thy will be done. That's where we're moving into, is surrendering into spirit and saying, listen, if this is what you want me to experience, this is what I will experience. I will align with my own truth and my own authenticity. And my own truth isn't my will's truth and authenticity. It's soul's. So throat chakra openings, crown chakra openings. Maybe you're having head pains and headaches. And maybe you're purging a whole bunch of fear and anxiety. And all of those things are okay. I am sending everybody out there all of my absolute love. If you would like a private oracle read, feel free to send me off an email and then we can set something up. I do half-hour reads. You get to pick 6 of my decks. All of my services are by donation, so do let me know what service that it is that you're looking for. And I think that's all my messages, unless we've got... Yes, absolutely. Thy will be done from Nicole. Yes. It's a crazy journey. It's crazy making. Or maybe it's sanity making. Maybe we've always been that. Maybe that's what the illusion is we've always been in crazy thinking it was sane. And now we're pulling back the reality and we're feeling crazy as we're looking at sane. So that's my final message for you today. Love, love, love to you all. Remember to rest up. This energy is intense, at least till March. Wait till Mercury gets out of retrograde. Peace out, everybody.